Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to get into something that feels, well, a bit counterintuitive sometimes. It's about the huge impact of really small daily habits.
Yeah, our latest source actually talks about it like a shortcut to improving yourself. It suggests you don't need these massive life changes all at once.
Right, which is interesting because so many self-help things push for, radical transformation. But this source says maybe the secret's in these tiny shifts. Why do you think that works better? Is it just like consistency?
Well, consistency is definitely key, but the core idea here is compelling because it pushes back against that massive overhaul thinking. You don't need to turn your life upside down overnight. Instead, the focus is just on three simple things you do every day.
Okay.
It's about making it manageable, tapping into how our brains actually form habits, consistency over intensity, basically.
That phrase, consistency over intensity, feels really important here. It challenges how we usually think about improvement. So, okay, let's unpack these three tiny habits then. What's the first one?
The first one is write three goals every morning.
Right. And the source says that's about focusing your mind, which honestly seems pretty crucial for starting the day, right? Doesn't it? Getting your head straight.
Oh, absolutely. And what's really powerful is how such a small action can sharpen focus so much. Thinking about it neuroscientifically, when you write down just three goals, even small ones, it does more than just clarify what you want. It actually primes your brain, your reticular activating system.
Right.
So you're suddenly more aware of opportunities related to those goals during the day. It's like installing a mental filter.
Like tuning your internal radio to the right station. That makes a lot of sense. Okay,
Okay.
so that's focus. Then the source takes a bit of a turn for habit number two. It's kind of unexpected. Speak three English lines out loud.
Yeah.
And the benefit listed is building confidence. Why that specific action? Seems a bit random for confidence, maybe.
It does seem unusual at first glance, but it's less about the English itself and more about the act of externalizing thought, breaking that internal barrier, especially if it's not your native language, just saying something out loud
Hmm.
in a low stakes way, just three lines. It builds new neural pathways. It reinforces your ability to, speak.
Oh.
And that feeling of capability, that self assurance, it surprisingly bleeds over into other parts of your life. General
So
confidence.
it's like a small act of asserting yourself consistently.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got focus, we've got confidence. What about dealing with stress, the internal noise?
That brings us to the third habit 5-minute silence before sleeping.
5 minutes of silence.
Yeah.
I've tried just sitting quietly, and sometimes my mind just goes wild. How does this specific pause help with stress?
Well, stepping back, you can see how valuable this short silence is. It's a powerful tool for calm, especially now.
Hmm.
Think about it. How often are we scrolling or watching something right up until we try to sleep?
Yeah, guilty.
Exactly. So, dedicating just 5 minutes to quiet with no input lets your mind sort of process the day, disengage. It's like a little mental reset button before bed, helps downshift the nervous system, reduces stress, might even help you sleep better.
It's surprisingly simple, but sounds effective. Okay, so just to recap these for you listening, our source highlights three tiny habits. Write three goals in the morning for focus. Speak three English lines out loud for confidence.
Yep.
And take 5 minutes of silence before bed for calm. The idea is that together, these simple things make you more focused, calm, and confident.
Precisely. And it shows that, personal growth doesn't have to be this huge, daunting thing. These are genuinely simple practices, but they're powerful because they work with how our brains function. It's a direct path to real benefits just through small, consistent actions, little wins adding up.
Exactly. Which leads us to the final thought for you today. The source offers a practical challenge, really. Consider trying these three tiny habits just for 7 days, 1 week, and really pay attention. See if you notice any shifts, however small, in your focus, your sense of calm, or your confidence.
hmm You might actually be surprised what a few dedicated minutes each day can unlock. And remember, the journey of learning and self-improvement, it's ongoing. It often starts with exactly these kinds of small wins. So we invite you to maybe explore this idea in your own life. See how that consistency in small things can really create change.